Hey everyone, I am Sharice Stewart, Chief Travel Officer at Irgo Travel, and this is my first show post COVID-19 at a hotel. I am in Tampa, Florida. Took a flight down here from Philadelphia, so I just wanted to share with you what the landscape looks like as it relates to travel and industry and the additional safety measures that have been put in place. So going to get into it. So first off, the flight. Upon arrival at the airport, you did have to wear masks. Signs were posted everywhere. So prior to you getting to the airport, make sure that you have a mask, possibly two, and check with your individual airport to find out any additional procedures or restrictions that they may have in place. So for example, I was prepared to potentially also do a temperature check, even though I did not do that. So getting through security, TSA agents. So before it used to be more touching, they would ask you for your ID. Now I showed them my ID and they said, okay, go to the next agent. From there was a plexiglass set up between myself and the other TSA agent that will look at your boarding pass as well as looking at your government ID that you're presenting. I used my own cell phone to swipe my boarding pass when I got to the TSA agent, and the only thing that they touched was my ID, and they did have on gloves. So from there, got through security. International flights, I walked down there, pretty much a ghost town for right now. So there really aren't a lot of flights, at least at Philadelphia International Airport, that are leaving compared to previous amounts. And I got to the airport, I say around 8:30. So it really wasn't that early in the morning compared to the amount of volume that they would have been doing pre-COVID-19. Airport lounge. So I have access to Priority Pass and also access to the Centurion Lounge, which is offered through American Express. Bummer, that was closed. It has been closed. I was hoping that it would be opened since Philadelphia at least has moved to what we call the yellow phase, where some services and retail locations are opening up. Unfortunately, that was not open. So from there, I went over to the food court area. Very proud of my Philadelphians. For the most part, they were practicing social distancing. They had on their mask, unless if they were sitting down eating and talking, but really a lot of space there. They spaced the tables out, so I didn't feel concerned that I was sitting too close to anyone. So that was the market area. From there, I then headed over to my gate. At the gate, once again, I was prepared to potentially have to do a temperature screening. I didn't have to do it. And just a note, I did do a domestic flight. It's a whole different ballgame when we're talking international, and that can be another episode that we talk about. But getting to the gate, they asked that we socially distance, take our time getting onto the plane, as well as deplaning. Talk about a calm experience deplaning. They can keep that. We left by rows, leaving from the front of the plane to the back. I just think that's common sense. We should always do that, but I'm jumping ahead. So anyway, get on the plane. Oh, I'm sorry, before we even get on the plane. So I swiped my boarding pass. I had it on my cell phone. Some people had paper boarding passes. It's basically self check-in at the gate. There were agents there, but they stood back for the most part. They were all in their masks as well. They had plexiglass up, I believe, at the station. Pretty sure, yes. The gentleman had a plexiglass set up. So getting on the plane, only disappointment there was that there really wasn't that much space on the plane. So they are basically packing you in. There was no social distancing with the seats. Luckily, the flight was not entirely full, so I actually wound up getting the seat next to me. I had the window seat. The seat in the middle was empty. So if that is a concern of yours, you definitely want to check with the airline. Each airline is instituting or they have their own policies in regards to social distancing on the plane. Another great safety measure was that, you know how they come around and give you drinks, snacks, offer you to purchase anything. The snacks were limited. It was a very short flight. I was only flying to Florida. But they gave you little paper bags. So it had a bottle of water, it had your pretzels, and it had a sanitary wipe that you could use. So what else did I need? I thought that was perfect. The flight attendants didn't have to come up and down other than to collect trash. And that was pretty much my flight. Upon arrival into Florida, checked into the hotel, plexiglass set up again. I'm assuming I'm not going to have that much housekeeping taking place, but once again, that's something that you need to check, because each hotel, I've already been listening on different webinars at different hotels and resorts. They're all going to be doing their own different safety measures, but I was given a sheet as far as some of the additional safety protocols that they have implemented. For example, getting on the elevator to get to my floor, signs were placed prominently requesting that no more than 2 people got on the elevator because of its size, unless you were a family. Just trying to practice social distancing. The pool was open. There was someone in the pool. I don't know how comfortable I feel about that. I know there's a lot of chlorine in there, but I socially distanced myself out at the pool. I did take my mask off while I was outside. However, for the whole time I've been inside, other than my room at this point, I have been wearing my mask. So I'm set to go downstairs for an event. That's going to be interesting. So we'll see how that goes, because we're supposed to be eating and drinking, but then you've got like a crowd of people. So you want to wear your mask and be safe, but I'm kind of hungry and I want to eat too. So I'll play that one by ear. Worst case scenario, if I have to bring some food upstairs, then that's what I'll do, because at the end of the day, I want to be safe. I want to be healthy. And that is it for now. So stay tuned. This is an ever evolving course of events. We definitely know that. And Irgo Travel will keep you posted. Take care and plan, pack, and go with Irgo Travel.